Welcome back to the Maelstrom, ladies and gentlemen. We have another Warhammer 40k battle report for you today. 2,000 points, Death Guard versus Thousand Suns. We are going to be playing from 2018 chapter approved, and we are going to be playing the mission where we have a single objective in the center of the table. Only characters can score it, and only characters that have had intel points assigned to them. The characters are also worth 1 point if they are still alive and on the table on each turn from the third going forward. So we will have 3 characters each that are allocated for that, and they are the only models that can hold this objective. We are playing Hammer and Anvil. The Thousand Suns won the choice. They're going to do Hammer and Anvil. They're going to be coming from this side of the table. Death Guard will be responding from here. So we're going to go ahead and go over to the armies. We'll be right back with that. First up, we have the forces of the Death Guard. We're organized into a battalion. We have a Demon Prince leading the force. He is our warlord. He has the suppurating plate, a pair of malefic talons, and for his his psychic power, he is going to be running Miasma of Pestilence. In front of him, we have our second HQ, the Malignant Plaguecaster. He is running with Curse of the Leper and Blades of Putrefaction. To either flank, we have the newest additions to our Death Guard army. We have the Biologus Putrefier and the Flamethrower guy. His name is escaping me at the moment. We've got the 2 of them joining in the elite slot. And then for our third elite, we have a squad of 5 Blightlord Terminators. They're armed with Bubotic Axes, 4 Combi Plasmas, and a Blight Launcher. In the troop section, we have 4 squads of 7 Plague Marines. We have 2 squads that have 2 Blight Launchers each. And then we have 2 more squads with 2 Plasma Guns and Champions with Plasma Guns. And then for the motor pool, we have 3 Chaos Rhinos stock and 3 Predators with all las cannons. That is the Death Guard contribution. We'll be back with the Thousand Suns.
Alright, so the Thousand Suns are organized into a battalion. Our first HQ and the Warlord is an Exalted Sorcerer. He has the Warlord trait High Magister, and he's carrying a Dark Matter Crystal. His powers are Prescience and Doombolt. My second HQ is another Exalted Sorcerer, and he has Infernal Gaze and Warp Time. The third HQ is a Demon Prince with Wings and Demonic Talons, and he is running Treason of Zinch and Gaze of Fate. In the troop slot, I have 2 squads of 9 rubrics, armed with bolters, just stock. One squad has Weaver of Fates, and the other squad has Glamour of Zinch. In filling out the rest of the troops, I have 2 squads of 15 Zangors with a Brayhorn, and 1 squad of 14 Zangors with a Brayhorn. In the elites, I have a Hellbrute with a Multi-Melta and a Hellbrute Fist. And I have a squad of 5 Scarab Occult Terminators with a Soul Reaper Cannon and a Hellfire Missile Rack. And the Terminator is equipped with Firestorm of Zinch. Fast attack, I have a squad of 5 Chaos Spawn. And then rounding out the list in the heavies, I have a pair of Forge Fiends with Hades autocannons.
Alright, you have seen the armies and you have seen the table. We will be back as we get stuck into the Maelstrom. Alright, Death Guard deployed first. We have our Predators here among the snowbank with the Demon Prince in support. The 3 Rhinos stretched across the front. The one here closest to us is carrying the Flamethrower along with one of the Plasma squads. The Rhino in the middle has the Blight Racks and the Blight Launcher squad. Second Blight Launcher squad is on foot. We could not afford a ride for them. And then we have a Plasma Gun squad here with the Malignant Plaguecaster. The Demon Prince, like I said, is in the middle, and the Teleportarium holds the 5 Terminators. Our intel points are spread to the 3 characters that are in the Rhinos. Demon Prince did not get an intel point. And we will turn it over to Josh now and let him walk you down the Suns.
So we kind of just piled everything on the front line to make a general advance into that single objective and try to clog it with as many bodies as we possibly can. Both of our Forge Fiends on our left. We've got the small squad of Zangors all the way out on the end. The other 2 deployed on either side of our spawn, right in the middle. The Demon Prince measured distance away from the vehicles, just in case the Predators start blowing vehicles up very early so he doesn't lose wounds just from their explosions. The Hellbrute standing here in cover because he does not come stocked with an invulnerable save, and I'd like to have more than a 6 when those las cannons go off. And all the way down here on my far right, both squads of rubrics with both of my Exalted Sorcerers are inside of these Rhinos, and I have my 5-man Terminator squad in Deep Strike.
And your intel points are to both Sorcerers and the Prince, correct?
Yes.
Alright. So, as of right now, Death Guard have the choice. They are going to go first, barring a Zinchian Seize. And a 3 will not do it. So Death Guard will have the first turn. We'll be back after the initial volley is exchanged. Death Guard, turn 1 is in the books. The Predators remain still. Everything else moved forward. Demon Prince centrally positioned himself to give everybody support. And we went ahead and unloaded all of our Marines to take a frontal position here to go ahead and start shooting. We did cook with all of our plasmas. We killed the champion out of one squad, even with the reroll, and one guy out of the other squad, even with the reroll. But the payoff for the damage that we took was pretty significant. We got 4 Zangors with bolt gun fire. We killed 3.5 spawn. We did use Vets of the Long War and some bolters that did some of that damage, and then overcharged plasma did the rest. The first 2 Predators fired at the Forge Fiend here. They did it like 5-6 wounds total, maybe a couple. No, they got it down to 4, so they did 8 wounds. And then the overcharged plasma from the Vets of the Long War squad was able to finish it off. We then used the 3rd Predator on kill shot, and it killed this thing in 1 shot, did it 13 wounds and knocked it out. And then the rest of the plasma fire went here to finish off some more of the spawn. The only thing that needed morale was the Zangors, and they did not care. So we got 2 Marines down, but in exchange we took out 2 Forge Fiends, 4 Zangors, and 3 spawn. So not a bad start for the Death Guard. The Thousand Sons are coming back with their turn 1. We will be back once that is wrapped up. Thousand Sons turn 1 rolls to an end in one of the most atrocious turns ever. The movement just carried everything forward. Zangors went ahead and moved up along this flank along with the spawn. Attempted warp time on this squad of Zangors to get them up where they could make a charge, but was unable to do so. You'll also notice the gaping hole in his army here. The Thousand Son Marines all got out to advance and shoot. And during the psychic phase, he rolled a 12 on a psychic power from one of the squad leaders. He attempted a reroll to get off of the perils because he did pass his check for Weaver of Fates on the Prince, or Gaze of Fate, that gave him a free reroll. He rolled another 6, and when he died, he took 3 wounds out of both HQs, knocked 1 wound out of the Hellbrute, killed 2 Zangors, 3 rubrics from this squad, and 2 rubrics from this squad. Absolute ridiculous luck there. He then cast Treason of Zinch from here in an attempt to get my flamethrower guy to burn some of his own men, but Nurgle did stick with me there. He failed his check. He was able to get off Prescience and Weaver of Fates down here. And he did also attempt warp time, like I said, but he passed it, but I was able to cancel it with the Malignant Plaguecaster. He then attempted charges. He lost one Zangor out of each squad and 1 wound from the spawn trying to make charges, and did not make any of those charges. And his shooting from the 2 rubric squads brought down a grand total of 1 Plague Marine. Ugh, absolutely ridiculous bad luck there. But kind of become par for the course for these poor Thousand Sons. Death Guard, turn 2, rolling up next. Death Guard, turn 2, wraps up to the assault phase. We went ahead and moved this Rhino forward, and it is going to be making a charge into these rubrics. We teleported our Terminators in back here. We then moved our block of infantry forward. We went ahead and cast our psychic powers. Didn't really do much with them as far as like supportive stuff. We failed smite on the Prince, but we did smite with the caster for 5 wounds and wiped the spawn out. We then played Blight Bombardment so that we could throw grenades with all 5 of these guys. They are standing next to the Blight Racks dude. So they all threw a grenade with Vets of the Long War as strength 4 and killed off the entire Zangor squad here. Rhino coupled with the bolters from the 2 Blight Launcher squads to kill off 8 of the Zangors on that end. It charged along with these Marines who made a charge into the survivors there. And then down here the rubrics were wiped out by fire from the Terminators, and the 2 Blight Launcher squads fired their grenade launchers down here. Kill shot from the Predator killed this particular guy. This Rhino was killed by 2 of the Blight Launchers. They fired here, and 2 of them managed to deal it 6 wounds and kill it. It had taken 4 wounds from kill shot from the first Predator. The 3rd Predator killed this Rhino. It exploded. It killed both of his Exalted Sorcerers, 2 more rubrics. Just an absolute mess down here. So at that point, The Thousand Sons are going to go ahead and call it. They are pretty much shot to pieces. They're just nothing but dead ragdolls and bullet holes all over now. We will have after action reviews and army lists at the blog as always. Hopefully the next game that we post will be a little less lopsided. This one turned insane in a hurry because of all those mortal wounds down here in this corner. They just cut the backbone out of his army. Give us a like on Facebook. That's the best way to see our new content as it comes out. We'll have a link to our page below. And also make sure that you subscribe and push that notification bell for our YouTube channel. As always, guys, thanks for spending time with us today at the Maelstrom.